So the first thing that you guys should know is this amazing door. This door, it's the original from the house, but once we sanded it down, I was like, you know what could make a really good statement? A gold metallic door. So it's amazing. I love how it looks. It turned out great. But as you enter this Spanish cottage, you will be in the entry table. This will be the first thing that you will see. It has really nice decor, and this is our board where I have the Wi-Fi password, I have all about the Spanish cottage, and I also left the address and my phone number since I am the Airbnb host. So welcome. The amazing thing that we did here is we actually made a wet bar. So this is our wet bar. It has a wine fridge. It has a very small sink. And I love that we incorporated this in order to be able to rinse your glasses. Easy, quick rinse for your wine bar, for your wet bar. So this is one of the additions that we had to do. Initially, obviously, this was just a typical under the staircase closet, which there's really not much, you know, to do. It was just a wall, but we ended up deciding to open up this space so that we could introduce this wet bar, and I mean, it turned out amazing. So I love it. So now our main focal point obviously is this amazing arches throughout the entire house. So these arches throughout the entire home, you're gonna see them all the time. And this is our kitchen. So for our kitchen, we had to actually get new appliances. We did this amazing, beautiful range that has nothing on the back. And we did new quartz countertops. This is quartz countertops. It's beautiful. It is this really, you know, gold and subtle ivory. We also had to get this amazing pot filler. So here you have this amazing pot filler, and you guys know that I've been incorporating my pot fillers for quite some time. Within this kitchen, we incorporated not only the pot filler, but we were able to buy this counter depth fridge. Now, the original fridge that we had here, it was just huge. We couldn't really fit it in, so we were able to buy this new counter depth fridge along with this small 18 inches dishwasher, which is smaller than the typical dishwashers. They usually go around 24, but we were able to incorporate all this. Now, the amazing thing that we did here is that we did these floating shelves on each side of the window. We also replaced this window. Initially it was a very small window, and we made it bigger, along with the quartz countertops, and everything just tied in together. Now I want you guys to now see up. I love these beams. These beams are beautiful. The stain, everything, how it was completed, it's just amazing. I love how it turned out. Now, another thing that I love are these huge drawers that we had done. These cabinets are all pull-out drawers because now everybody uses drawers. It's not as fun to be going down to be looking into all of the things within the doors. So now that we were able to incorporate this, it just looks amazing. The hood that we did for this kitchen completed the entire seamless white look. We also added crown molding. And now coming this way, we have our spice rack. We did these niches on inside the wall because I wanted to be able to incorporate the cookbooks, the spices. Now I still want to do some more shelving here, but that's gonna be for another time. So now we head over to the dining area. Now this dining area, when we got here, it was a single door here and a window here. this was already a bay window, but my idea was to find a way on how to make the bay window sitting area for the dining room. So now this fits perfectly 6 people. This table is for 6 people, which is how many people can actually stay here in this Airbnb. So I love how this turned out. It just looks amazing. And then a big thing that we did was that we got rid of this single door and we did these French doors. And now these French doors actually open out towards outside because we wouldn't have been able to incorporate this dining area. But it turned out amazing. I love how it looks. So heading towards this side, we have this living area. Now this living area, it's my favorite by far for many of my Airbnbs. And the reason is, I think it's just the decor and how the space was tied in together. But when we got here, there was brick all the way up, and it was this very reddish brick. These built-ins were not there. There was nothing around the fireplace. So we were able to paint the fireplace. We painted the brick. We even painted this same gold color. My husband was able to add this mantle, and then we added this built-ins we added this built-ins for the living area, just tying this entire space in, and we added the crown molding, and it just definitely made the space look amazing. I love how the candles are here. I love how this is decorated. All of these shelves that you see are handmade by my husband. Everything was made by us. We stayed them, we did everything for the built-ins. It just turned out beautifully. And a trick that I did is that I actually hid away the breakers. So for this home, this is a much older home, and the breakers are actually in the living area, which is, for a designer, it's like the worst thing that could possibly happen, because who would want to see the breaker box every single day, right? As you're watching TV, it's right there. So we were able to spray paint it, but I still could see it. It was not, completely gone. So I was able to buy these beautiful frame, this beautiful artwork. And now, just by simply doing this, the breakers are gone. So I'm so happy that we were able to figure that out. And just the space, how it turned out, it's just amazing. These couches were already here, so there are only certain things that I kept from this house and I can assure you that they are not many. Now, if you guys could see up here, I want to show you guys the neon lights that we were able to incorporate into the space. Now, these lights are actually ambient lighting. So this ambient lighting is perfect, when you don't need a lot of light, you're just very cozy here watching some TV. So we were able to incorporate this neon strip, and it just, it looks beautiful, it looks amazing, and it's very functional for our Airbnb guests as well. So now we're gonna be heading towards the laundry room. Awesome, so follow me, guys. Again, we continue going through the arches. Now, the first thing that I want to show you is this amazing, beautiful built-in that we also did. This is, for me, it's one of my favorite things about this home. Again, this used to be just a closet, and it was your typical under the staircase closet. Now, what we were able to do is that I made this space. They also did the arch here. I added the scones, and my husband made this very hard to do floating shelf with a drawer. So I remember when he was doing it, he's like, oh my God, you asked me the hardest things to do. Like, why can't you just ask me for something so easy and so normal? And I'm like, well, but you know, I want it to be functional. So, you know, obviously you have your floating shelf. We got these amazing mirrors, and you know, it just ties in the space just so beautifully, especially because we continue to use the same stain throughout the entire home. And I wish you guys could be here. Like the way that it feels, how everything ties in together, it's just amazing. So this is probably one of my favorites. This is probably one of my favorite parts from the entire home, because I can see myself staying in this Airbnb and walking out the master bedroom, heading towards wherever I'm going, and being able to see myself for one last time, check me out, I'm good to go. So this is just perfect for everyone. All right, so here we have the laundry room with mudroom with office space. So this is a very multi-purpose room. This is a very multi-purpose space. When I designed it, I was definitely wanting to see how many things we could possibly do in this small space, because not only did we add a laundry room, a mudroom, plus the office space, but we also have a powder room in this space. So the way that we were able to do all of this in this small space, I mean, it's beyond me. So I'll show you guys more about the powder room in a bit, but here we have the laundry room. We were able to also add the hanging wire. So that is something, you know, very unique. Right now it's actually called, you know, when you put it outside, I think it's called sun drying. Obviously we don't have the sun in here, but a lot of people like to dry their clothes instead of putting it into the machine. So this is very important to have, you know, now in these newer units that we are doing. Now, another thing that I want you guys to look is this seamless chevron design, this chevron pattern that we were able to incorporate into this entire wall. It's just amazing. I mean, you would never think that behind this door there is a garage full of stuff that I don't want you to see. So we were able to find a way on how to do the mud room and make it look all cohesive throughout the entire space. So I love how it looks. You know, there hasn't been a house where we have done so much built-ins, so many woodwork. You know, everything was handmade, every single thing aside from, you know, the quartz and the cabinets. But like, man, this house, we redid it all. We're gonna be putting up some before pictures, so you guys can definitely see the difference between, you know, how it was when we got here and how it is now. But moving on, we have, you know, this bookshelf, and then we have our floating desk for, you know, if you need to work from home or anything. We were able to replace all of the windows from this home were replaced, and then we were also able to add more cabinet space here, you know, to continue to have storage. Up here we have more storage, and we are just amazed by how many things we were able to do. But how many things we were able to do within this home. We also replaced the AC. It used to have evaporative air, and now it has a new AC. So now let me show you this powder room. So for this powder room, I want you guys to check out all of my doors. They all have this chevron look. But for the powder room that we just saw, it's just, initially, it didn't exist, obviously. So when we got here, the master bathroom had a door here. And then there was another door, well, another passageway here, because this is how you would enter the kitchen. And when the first arch that I showed you, it was actually just a wall. So then you would have access through the kitchen here, you would have the door to the bathroom here, and it was like a Jack and Jill situation for the master bathroom. So it wasn't really like a private master bathroom, it was shared within like the guests. So my first instinct was like, no, you know, I want it to be a private master bathroom. I don't want it to be shared with the guests, with the outside guests. And then I found out that they had this huge closet. It was this huge closet that obviously was just, for me, it's just a wasted space. And I was like, why do you need such a big walk-in closet? Like, I can definitely work with this. So what we ended up doing is that we got rid of the closet. We combined the master bathroom with the closet, and ta-da, you have a huge master bathroom plus a powder room. So now you don't have to share your bathroom with the outside guests. So here we are in the master bedroom. So for this master bedroom, we were able to continue incorporating this amazing wood tones. I love how it turned out. This amazing headboard was done by my husband. I told him I wanted to continue the arch throughout the entire space, and he was able to do this headboard. We also did these floating shelves across around the bed, and one, it looks like a mantle, the other one's like a cube. I wanted to be able to put more stuff inside the floating shelf. Another amazing thing that we were able to do was to sand down this chairs. So we salvaged these chairs and we sanded it down, and we did again the same stain that we have been doing throughout the entire home. I was able to find this amazing olive trees, and it just tightened the space very neatly. We also found these benches, and it just completed the space because I couldn't figure out what to put underneath the TV. So by having this bench, it completed the space. Now I want you guys to look up. You would see more beams that we were able to make. Now the difference between this is that we painted it instead of stained it. Now I tried so hard to find a paint that looked like the stain that we were doing, and it was really hard to match it. So initially I went and I took the stain and I told the people, hey, can you match this? But it was so dark. Once it dried up, it was really dark. So through trial and error, we were able to find this color that it's not too dark, it's not too light, but it looks amazing within the space. And just how it was tightened, it just looks perfect. Now this chandelier, it was original from the home. It was initially in the dining room, but I brought it over here because I knew how beautiful it would look here instead of in the dining room. So we were able to incorporate this huge closet. Now instead of being wide, it's very long. You have about 138 inches long. It's about a foot deep, and it's really nice. We have it set up this way. So you have these amazing design for the doors, which is also a chevron design. You're gonna see that throughout the entire space. You're gonna see that through the entire doors because we also did a different pattern for the floor. All the tile that we installed, it's herringbone pattern. So I love how that looked. We added this beam and we incorporated this chandelier. This chandelier is from the home itself, but when we got here, it was actually on the dining room. And I know how special it was, and I wanted to make sure that, you know, we continue to keep it. So now I want to show you the new master bathroom. These floating shelves were made by my husband. It has a different color of stain because we wanted to match the vanity that we bought. So we were able to do so. I mean, the stain matches almost exactly. And the other thing that I loved is how we brought up the tile throughout the entire space. This bathroom, it's beautiful. It's so beautiful to have Now, if you enter, this looks like you're staying at a resort. We continued with the arches. As you can see, this house is full of arches. So come on in. The tile that we did, this was the accent that I was able to do. And you know, we have this soaking tub. You have the niche again for the tub, and then you have the bench. You have again more niches that look like arches. I just love how it turned out. You have the amazing waterfall shower head with your shower handle. So come on in. Okay, so we're gonna be heading upstairs to the second bedroom, third bedroom, plus the second full bathroom. Now, another thing I want to show you, obviously, is this amazing staircase. We redid the staircase. Every step is redone, and we also removed the we removed the stain that this had, because it was a very cherry color stain. So we removed it and we were able to make it a little bit more lighter. But again, the stairs have the same stain throughout the entire home. And another thing that we were able to repurpose was another thing that we were able to incorporate into the design was the rail. So initially this rail was black, and we sanded it down and we painted it gold metallic, just like the door, and it tied in the space, within the space, very nicely. So every door in this home has this chevron look, and it's just amazing to have. I love how it looks. So follow me into the second bedroom. So we continue to incorporate floating shelves, floating lamps. So these lamps, we were able to add them into, we were able to mount them into the wall. This headboard my husband didn't do. I actually got it from Magnolia. I love Magnolia. And this is a king size bed. We have 2 king size beds in this home. But yeah, I mean, it turned out amazing how everything turned out amazing. I love how it looks. And again, we continue to have the closet. So the closet has the same design as the bottom, the closet has the same design as the master bedroom closet. All right, so here we have our second full bathroom. This is amazing. I love this bathroom. I love how the vanity looks. It also has that same chevron look. But the thing that I was able to do with this design was that I incorporated a mix of metals here into this design. So we have the gold metal, and then we have the polished chrome metal, and we were able to incorporate it. It looks amazing. I love how it turned out. So let me show you the shower. This has a double shower, and a lot of people thought that I was crazy to put a double shower, but no, I mean, it's amazing. It turns out great, and you're able to actually use the space, and it looks amazing. And again, you're gonna be seeing the arches throughout. So you have the arch for the doorway, and then you also have the arch for the niche. So everything is with arches, and I just love how it looks. So again, I mixed the metals for this bathroom, and it just completed the look. I love how it looks with the gold. I love how it looks with the polished chrome, and how everything is able to get tied in. We also did a board and batten wall. So we added molding in this entire space because we didn't bring up the tile all the way to the 4 feet. So we did herringbone design outside, And then I was able to incorporate a different herringbone design in here. So we were able to incorporate the mixing of metals within this design, but you should never mix more than 2 metals, right? So here we were able to do gold with polished chrome. You can do black and gold. You should never mix nickel with polished chrome, like those usually don't mix. So just you know, check it out, check out the rules for design and what you should be able to mix. But mixing gold with polished chrome, it's a thing that it's done frequently. Just like gold and black, you can mix all the time, or gold and silver, which will be gold and polished chrome. So, you know, figure it out, or, you know, try new things. It's amazing. Oh, and another thing. So the rule is not to mix everything. So for example, you can do the plumbing, and the plumbing will be polished chrome. So for example, we did the faucet, polished chrome, and we also did the plumbing inside the shower for the double shower heads. But you don't do everything just one and one and one and one. Like, no, like you stick to the plumbing, that color, and then you stick to the accessories, another color. And now we're here at the last bedroom. I think this is one of my favorite bedrooms because this furniture was already here in the home. This and that and this bed. But the way that I was able to make it work, it's really great to see. So that was just, you know, your typical dresser. We were able to do another floating shelf on the other side. Now this one had a huge mirror. So this one had a huge mirror attached to it, which is your typical dresser with a mirror. But obviously I didn't want the mirror. So we were able to remove the mirror and then incorporate just the dresser, add this beautiful artwork. And then I couldn't figure out for the life of me what to do with this blank wall. This was just a white wall. And I'm like, what could I possibly do? So I found a way to add this photo ledger. We found this beautiful arch mirror, and I was able to add a kind of just some very nice floral, and it just turned out amazing. Like the only thing that I'm missing to do is I definitely want to be able to add some hooks underneath here so that the guests can leave, you know, maybe their purse hanging there or their hat or something, you know, not too heavy, but I want to be able to incorporate that. So I was able to finish off the look by adding this small sitting chair and adding this basket with this throw blanket. So I mean, when you look at it and you see it, and it's just like, it just ties in the room amazing. It just ties in the room. It just ties in the room completely. So again, we were able to add recessed lights into the bedrooms. Upstairs, there was no lighting whatsoever within this home. So all the recessed lighting that you saw, they're all new. The beams were also added by us, and just replacing, you know, all the windows and redoing all the walls and doing this skim coating that I love to do, that it's so hard to achieve. But I think the way that it turned out was just great. I love how the house looks. It was a lot of work. It probably took us about a year to finish remodeling this home because we had a lot of projects going on at the same time. But now looking at it and looking at the finished product, it's just amazing. I wouldn't have done it any other way.